This is for the players.
I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
And this is For the Players, the PopCulturists PlayStation podcast. Over 40 years of playing PlayStation, 10 plus years in the games media combined. I'd like to thank you for joining us for this PlayStation conversation.
This PlayStation conversation happens every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Standard Time on YouTube and 8 a.m. on iTunes, Spotify and other podcast services, except for this episode, but Ryan will explain in a minute. If you'd like to join us in future conversations, please join us on Facebook, Discord, comment below. If feeling generous, join us on Patreon. At patreon.com/popculturists. Head over there, check out the tiers. There might be something there that interests you.
If you support us on Patreon, you can watch us record this show live whenever we do it over that weekend. However, as we said, not this week. You're watching it now, which means you probably didn't see it live because it wasn't available, because what we're discussing today
we're not streaming
is
this one, are we?
embargoed. It's very secret stuff. It's actually NDA'd is what it is.
Hey.
But if you support us at any dollar value, usually...
Hey, sure, we're not broadcasting? Like 100%.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Okay.
Next thing, beep. No, but if you support us at any dollar value, you get a nice little sneaky link where you can watch us record this show, and you can also watch us record our wrestling show, The Young and the Wrestlers. If you want to support us in more once-off fashion, though, head over to popcultures.com/shopping, buy shirts like this and other assorted shit with our logos on it. We are also on Twitch at twitch.tv/thepopculturists. Now, excuse me, Josh, I may be yelling because my ears are still ringing. Because I am an old man and I went to a metal concert.
Yeah, that's a bad idea, Ryan.
See, this thing. So last night I went to a band called Static X, a band that I've been a fan of since I was 13 years old. Singer's dead. Very weard. But
They still performed.
Yeah, it was impressive.
The power of metal.
It was like Weekend at Bernie's. It's just this rotting. Yeah. It really fits the persona of the music.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I went and saw them.
Surprise everyone, we've got Wayne here. Just pulls the curtain down.
Stank. So it was with a band called Wednesday 13, who's the singer was best known for singer of Murder Dolls and being Wednesday 13, and then Dope, another sort of newish, I guess industrial metal is probably where they sort of fit.
I don't like these little subgenres. Yeah. It's just metal.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is okay. You want to know some stories about how I'm fucking old? I walked in, with a bunch of people around me. I'm like, past the little place where you put your bags, and earplugs, $2. I'm like, earplugs. Should I? No, I shouldn't.
You went back and bought earplugs?
No, I didn't. I wish I did though. So I wandered back in, and then there's the stage, and then there's this, off to the left of the stage. There's almost like bleachers, right? Like high school. I'm like, ooh, somewhere to sit. So here,
considered earphones, looked for the seating area.
It was great. It was actually really funny. So
asked the production manager, can you just turn it down?
As I sit there and a bunch of other older people, that are old, even older than me, I'm like,
oh no,
these are my people. So the best thing about it, because we're kind of off a little bit to the left, so we could still see everything, but the speakers were facing inwards, so they didn't blast directly at us, which is a good thing, because I'm an old man. But my ears still hurt, and my throat still hurts, because I made the decision. I'm like, because I don't know, I know a couple of songs of Dope, and I know some Wednesday 13 songs, but he didn't play those ones. So I kind of sat there and quiet,
that's a good beat. Yeah.
Woo. And then when Static X, man, I'm like, yeah, God was that good. Just wreck my voice out.
He's like, where's it all cold? You're like, I'm a bit cold.
I'm a bit cold. Wish I bought a cardigan. Yeah, where's that blanket?
And the earplugs. And the knitted scarf from Grandma.
Man, it was absolutely amazing. It was very cool, because this will be the last time they ever do it. I think it's kind of they do have an album coming out later in the year, which makes me excited. But I talked about Static X on fucking Young and the Wrestlers 15 minutes too. So
I forgot that next month or the month after, Parkway and Killswitch are playing together in Melbourne.
What?
Yeah.
The tickets?
It was announced in March, and I'm like, I'm going to that, and I forgot.
I think you and I shared the picture. Like, oh, you want to go? I'm like, yep. And neither of us did anything about it.
Killswitch to Melbourne, 2019. Sorry, everybody.
No, this is
important.
It was funny. So Dylan Blight from the Explosion Network, we're doing a show together for. Is that the one? That's not the one.
Fuck is this?
That's the Alive or Just Barely Breathing tour. Holy bejesus, that's like 100 years old.
It's got 2019, 2020.
So go to the actual tour page. There you go.
Your online activity is being recorded, right?
Sick. I don't know if they can buy me tickets. Yeah, tour. Up top. Big tour button.
Oh.
Yeah, so he reached, like, because we're doing a show together at the moment with for Kevin Smith. Doing Kevin Smith's show. And he goes, hey, you guys, how you guys, you do your PlayStation show? I'm like, yeah. He's like, how come you spend like 20 minutes bullshitting about anything that isn't PlayStation at the start? Like, why don't you just make the show more general? I'm like, oh, no, because I want to do it and I want to talk about general shit.
Yeah.
Actually, go back one again.
No, they're not.
As in go back a page. So I think we may be thinking 2018 because there it is right there.
Maybe.
Australian headlines. Parkway driving out 2018
Yeah,
national tour.
Last year.
Yeah.
What year is it now?
2019.
What the fuck happened?
It's August of 2019.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, I was being older to concerts. Pretty much that.
No,
whole story.
like the general podcast thing.
Oh yeah, and he's just like, yeah, why don't you make For the Players into a more like general form show, like the PopCulturists show or something? I'm like, no.
Oh. Well,
No.
because we do talk about PlayStation eventually.
But it's also about us.
Yeah.
You know.
Come for the personalities.
Yeah, stay for the PlayStation. What else you been up to, man? Have you been old at any concerts lately?
No, I've been getting... Parents are away again, so I've, businessman on the phones and the bookings.
You adult.
And ordering parts and all that cool stuff. But in my small amount of free time, I have been making a playlist for classic WoW. Getting a big, massive playlist ready. More to add to it when I get home because,
we discussed
some things. We'll put it on Spotify if I can figure out how to do that because I don't have Spotify. But
we need to have a Spotify account. That's the problem.
I have an account. I don't use it. Anyway, so it's all like fucking All That Remains, Bullet for My Valentine, Korn, Mudvayne,
Limp Bizkit,
gonna be Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, all that. Kill Switch with Howard.
Atreyu? Were you a
I
Atreyu
haven't
guy?
got much into Atreyu. Avenged.
Yeah.
Trivium.
Yeah.
So it's
like any old Slipknot in there?
basically new metal.
Yeah.
Kind of.
New metalcore.
Mid-aughts metal. Early Slipknot, like Iowa and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the plan, because Classic WoW launches 7 a.m. Tuesday morning.
And you'll be up for it?
I'll be up for it. I've got to get the kids to school though. But
kids are being dropped off at 6:30.
Launch day, it's expected there's going to be a queue to log in.
Of course.
So my plan is to log in at 7, and hopefully by the time I get home from taking the kids to school, I'm through the queue, and then not log off
at all.
At least for launch week. Because I don't want to sit in. So I'll have to get like an auto clicker just to keep like jumping my character so I don't get AFK booted. Yeah, it's exciting times. I've cleaned up my computer room.
Yeah.
I sent a photo last night. The desk is all clean. Got a nice big green plant there so I can pretend I'm outside at some point. Room looks good.
It does.
I've
very
really
tidy.
tidied up.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. Cleaned out my computer. Did like a defrag. Did all that stuff. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Get this playlist done. Download a few movies that we're talking about. Underworld, fucking Queen of the Damned, all that stuff from way back then.
All that teen angst
for the second monitor. It's exciting. I haven't played shit though this week.
Yeah,
that's haven't had time. But yeah, I've been getting ready to play.
But something that is not PlayStation.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Who cares? Is this going to be a thing? Like, are we going to? Do I have to helm the show for the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for me to come here next week. I will. But it'll be hard for me to off my computer chair.
Well,
I may stank a bit.
I'll do the first ever Skype one
because I have the week off work as well. So.
Coincidence? You didn't plan.
That was a coincidence, but then it's my sister's wedding the week after, so I've got to get my laptop ready to play Classic WoW. I can take it with me. I mean, we're staying in Lorne for 3 days.
Yeah.
And, it's going to be, have the day with the family, but not time in the hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
fucking, I'll play WoW. It fucking takes a long time to get
You're
to
just
level
standing
60
there. You're standing there in the brighter part with your eyeballs hanging out.
with my laptop.
Yeah.
It's exciting times.
It is.
Because you can log into the classic WoW server now.
Yeah.
Because you can pre-create your characters and reserve your names. And if you highlight Enter World, it's got like an hour countdown. So now it's down to like less than 72 hours. And the subreddit's going fucking crazy. It already feels like a proper game community, and the game's not even quote unquote out yet. I think it's a very different mindset of people that want to play classic compared to who play retail version at the moment. So everyone's just real friendly. Like everyone's hyped, everyone's excited. There's no like negativity or anything on the subreddit. It's really good. It's really good.
Hell yeah.
I got 400 karma from one post, one comment on Classic WoW, talking about how you can level your fishing up to 300. Because it's a slog to level your fishing, yeah?
Yeah.
Because professions go from 1 to 300.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, if at level 10, you get 6 fishing skill points per level, when you hit 60, you'll have 300. And everyone's like, holy fuck, that's a great idea. I'm like,
oh, give me the cover.
That's my highest rated comment.
Nice.
Just talking about fishing in my house.
Dude, like people keep yelling at me. Well, not yelling at me. I don't seem to be getting positive response because like I ask questions that I actually want to have discussions about. Like with this week, they announced that NXT is coming to TV, so it's no longer on the network.
It's going for 2 hours as well.
Yeah, it's going extended for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So my discussion was, look, we understand the wild card rule, which is this rule that Vince McMahon put in to be able to people go anywhere whenever they want, kind of ruining the brand split. I'm like, if the wild rule is still in place, which it looks to be it is, come September when NXT's up, does NXT fall within the wild card rule?
Yeah.
So it's a discussion. Like, do you think it should? And if it does, hack with it, and wrap my round down for it like a motherfucker. I'm like, I didn't do it.
I'm just asking the question.
I'm like, let's have a discussion.
You've got to gauge what mindset the subreddit is in at the time.
Yeah.
If it's a new hot topic, don't even fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
Because, just let it settle and then try to start.
Fucking this is an important discussion. Like, because having it be the performance center, like. They can't just have them go willy-nilly because that makes them not performance center anymore. Like, the NXT is supposed to be like the tier before you go main roster. But they're all in the same tier now. What does that mean?
We're having very different Reddit experiences right now. I'm like, Karma, and you're just like...
Yeah, I was getting pooped on because I'm asking sensible questions.
Yeah, well...
Because I'm not, like, jerking some wrestler's peen.
Jerking your own peen to that particular subreddit.
Oh, yeah, that was a good subreddit.
Wrestle with the plot.
Yeah. You join it?
That's good.
Yes.
Anyway, this is a PlayStation show.
Yeah.
So, Dylan Blight, we will get on to the PlayStation.
Yes, I've been playing a couple of things. I've been playing, obviously, there's a game that we'll talk about in the main topic of the show, which is a game called Control. But I've also been playing a game called Erica this week. So Erica is a game from a studio called Flavorworks. It's a full motion video game.
Right.
Like the CD-ROM games of old, Josh.
Yeah.
We started this
what was
episode...
that one that was on Nintendo?
Night
something?
Yeah, it got re-released just recently.
Yeah. That game looks rad.
Nightgown, Night Terror...
You talk, I'll find
Yeah, so it's in the same idea. So it's a completely full motion game. It's a nice, tidy 2 hours. So it is literally a Night Trap. Thank you. So it is full on. It is complete like cinematic experience, but you can sort of change how you go. So this game shadow dropped over Gamescom, which means it just went, there it is. It was originally announced in 2017 to be part of the PlayLink program.
Yeah,
which I think the PlayLink program has kind of been.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about that recently.
There was a bunch more games supposed to be coming out, and we just haven't seen them.
But they tried.
They gave it a go.
We've given Sony a lot of shit for like not doing anything. I completely forgot about PlayLink.
Yeah.
They were actually trying something, quote unquote, innovative.
Yes.
And something new. So I don't think I really gave them credit for that. All the times we're like, Xbox is doing this, and what's Sony doing? Nothing. They were trying.
Yeah,
it's fine.
They've also caved on that, so
yeah. But they gave up after like 2 months. So
yeah,
just like the Vita.
Yeah. So you play this because it does come from that PlayLink embryo thing. You do use your phone with it.
Yeah.
And it's all very rather than
Is it so there's no like dialogue on the screen?
there
No HUD or anything?
No, there's no HUD. It's very clean. There's a lot. It's mostly motion. What you do with your thumb. There's no like. Here's your four choices. You pick your choice. You use like a cursor. So the game starts with a lighter. You have to flick your finger on the screen to get to open the lighter and then light it, sort of stuff. So it starts as there is a let's play on the YouTube now because we did stream it on Twitch this week and then I did put it up on YouTube. So it starts kind of innocently enough. There's this symbol this girl keeps seeing everywhere. Her name's Erica, and it becomes this almost like supernatural, paranormal, weird psycho thriller for the 2 hours. And the best thing about it is there is enough branching nature of it that Dash, friend of the show, was watching the stream with me. He'd already played it at that point because I played it like 2 days after it came out. And he was like, I have never seen this.
Yeah.
Like, as in, like, the branch deviated in such one minor motion, like one minor decision blew apart the end of the story. Because, like, he's like, I did this and you've gone nowhere near where I went.
That's cool. Replayability.
And $13.
That's cool. That actually sounds, I might check that out.
Well,
I need a little thing to kind of tick me over to Tuesday morning.
Well, I already bought it.
Yeah.
And then then last night, while at the concert, oh, it's a code for Erica.
Oh, that's nice.
You want a code for Erica?
Sure, I'll take it. Oh, that'll be cool because then next week I can talk about my playthrough. I think my daughter will play it. That sounds something something she'd have a lot of fun
so
playing.
it is very similar.
She likes Until Dawn and all of that.
And then she will love it.
You know
She'll
what I mean?
absolutely love it.
Yeah, so I might have 2 different experiences to bring back next week.
Yeah. There is a British guy who kind of looks like Howard Jones, but like a thinner version. So I just called him Howard Jones because I remember the character's name. So I yelled at him, and then I referred to Rose of Sharon at some point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, being young and broken.
I listened to that last night, actually. My mum's name's Sharon. And those lyrics are very nice.
Oh, that's
Very nice.
Yeah. So that game's rad, and for a game that came out of nowhere, and I didn't have any performance problems with it at all. It ran really, really smooth for me.
I mean, it's a movie.
Yeah, because it ran like a movie. The only time it feels a little bit janky, but it's the same jank that you're used to from full motion video, is when you do the motion. It's very clearly they've done it in stop motion, so it has a bit of a shudder to it when you open a door, when you turn a door handle, or you spin a tap, or whatever you have to do. It's a little jittery just because of the stop motion recording of it.
So it's an kind of like Bandersnatch from Black Mirror.
I guess so, yeah.
Movie.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so like
Bandersnatch was
you
pretty
pick
good.
dialogue
Did you do
choice.
that?
No, I didn't.
No, it's
I
pretty good.
didn't.
I wouldn't call it like mind blowing, but it was cool.
Yeah, it's one of those things like saying that though, like because it does get into this conspiracy sort of story with the idea of this symbol and these rituals and what's happening in this asylum and what are these people doing.
Don't spoil anything.
No, that's all I'm saying. So like, the more I was intrigued literally the whole way through. Like it starts kind of slow and I'm like, where are they going with this? And then it kicks in and then you go, oh my God. And then like we had the whole chat and the whole chat was like, oh my God.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. That sounds fun. I'm excited to play
I'm super
that,
down for it. Yeah, it is out now. It's out on the PSN. It's $13 redos. Not too shabby.
That's
Look, even if you play it once for $13, it is worth every cent.
It's a movie ticket.
Yeah, not even.
And you're watching a movie.
Yeah, and looking at the trophy list, you gotta at least need to get like 3 playthroughs to probably crack everything and do very specific things.
That's cool. But
it's very nice because like you don't pop trophies throughout; you only pop them at the end.
Immersion.
Yeah, in order to have not things pop up on your screen. So by the time you get to the end, it goes bing, 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 bing.
That'd
like,
be satisfying.
Oh, there's a silver in there. Oh, there's a gold in there. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. But Eric is great. It's absolutely fantastic. And thank you for providing us the code, even though I'd already bought it.
No, thank you. I'll get onto it and I'll play.
What else have I been playing other than that? Mostly Control is probably the one I've been playing the most. Yeah. We have had some other things come our way, and there will be a Let's Play coming later this week for one of those games. I don't think I can talk. It's embargoed.
Just play it safe.
We'll play it safe and say it's coming later in the week.
You could say it's coming at dawn on Friday.
It's not because I can't disclose the review date, the embargo date. Oh man,
that's not even. I was just trying to make like You know, play on words. You see
Yeah.
what I was getting at?
Yeah.
That didn't work.
Look, it's coming later this week, man. Now it's time to get into the section where we tell you about what happened in this week in PlayStation news, and it's a section we call Inform the Players.
Did we both just freeze trying to think of something witty to say at the same time?
No, I was like, oh, I'm gonna let this hang and see if anyone will click on what, like the very horribly not subtle thing. We were like, let's give it a minute.
We'll find out. If one of the 7 listeners can figure it out,
You get nothing. I bet you it'll be Triller. Triller's always good. He's always there for the comments.
yeah.
You go, Triller.
We'll see. We'll see.
Bloody word.
Number 1, Sony Interactive Entertainment has... I can't believe we're doing the news now. It feels like we've been sitting here for so long.
We have.
Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced that it has acquired Insomniac Games, the developers behind Marvel Spider-Man and Ratchet & Clank, as a first-party PlayStation studio. Insomniac will become the 14th studio in Sony's current lineup of worldwide studios development. Studios. That's a shit sentence. Quote, Insomniac Games is one of the most highly acclaimed development studios in the industry,
Okay.
and their legacy of best-in-class storytelling and gameplay is unparalleled, Sean Layden said. Continuing, we have enjoyed a strong collaborative partnership with the studio for many years and are thrilled to officially welcome them to the Worldwide Studios family. The addition of Insomniac Games to SIEWWS reiterates our commitment to developing world-class gaming platforms. You can only find on PlayStation. I like that satire link you sent through. Insomniac employees surprised to find they weren't already part of PlayStation.
Well, because the thing, Insomniac Games have had a connection with Sony forever. Like, they obviously with Spyro and then moving down, and then eventually they did step away and do like Sunset Overdrive and stuff like that. And they
Interesting,
they did,
Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
Who owns that IP? Is it Xbox?
So
or is it
technically Insomniac own the IP,
Yeah.
but Xbox own the console
publishing
rights.
rights.
So
But
it will expire, and at some point,
but
Sunset
also with
Overdrive will come
Xbox
to
being
PS4.
like play our games everywhere, maybe they'll be like, yeah, chuck on PlayStation.
Or like, hey, if you pay us out.
Yeah, but yeah.
We have the agreement, you pay us out, and it's done.
So that's cool, I suppose. Like, I guarantee you they're currently working on Spider-Man 2,
It's a given.
which is a shame because I was kind of meh on Spider-Man. I would much rather a new Ratchet and Clank.
But now they've got like first party money.
Yeah, but Sean Layden also said later on that he sees Ratchet and Clank as going to be a staple as well, which is good because Ratchet and Clank was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
So this is cool. This is cool news, as I said, because there has been many attempts from PlayStation to get them get them first party. It's known that I think Activision had maybe asked for them at some point. I would assume Microsoft tried to get them on board at some point as well.
I mean, it's obviously Spider-Man that kind of pushed them over the edge. I think maybe they saw, Sony probably dumped a fuckload of money into Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and Insomniac were like, this is first party money. Like, this is good.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there's just something about Insomniac, and like everyone wanted to kiss her.
Yeah. Well, they make good games.
They do make excellent
good games.
So-
I wasn't a fan of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It was a great game. Just didn't
I
click-
thoroughly
just
enjoyed
didn't
it.
click
It
for
wasn't
me.
like game of the year material for me. I really, really enjoyed it. I did platinum it, so that's something.
What's
But-
interesting is how this whole Spider-Man thing with Disney and rights and all that is going to play into the game at all.
I don't think it will.
I don't think it will.
Seeing as the game is so separate from the MCU, I don't see it being a problem because it's still owned by Sony.
And Marvel did actually, I think, tweet at Insomniac congratulating them as well. So that's nice. Insomniac obviously have a good relationship with Marvel themselves as well.
Well, of course they would, because when you turn around, how'd the game go? Gangbusters.
Yeah, fucking
Cool.
amazing.
Yeah, so credit to them, of course. Congratulations from us, random fucks on the internet. What I want to know is how many dollars this went for.
Oh, we'll never know.
It would be tens of millions.
Oh, it'd be a lot of money.
Like, just one of those things. Like looking at this is the thing. There is a nice right amount of confidence in Insomniac Games. To like previous years when they've been approached with probably substantial dollars, they're like, no. And I'm sure the next time was more, and they went, no. And then like, we just released this gangbuster Spider-Man game. What do you got?
Yeah.
Like, we have blank check.
Our name has a new pedigree
Yeah.
to it now.
So we have blank check.
How much are you offering? How much do you want? Because we want you
And
on
I
board.
guarantee that's how the conversation went.
Yeah. No, very happy for
Like, we
them.
want you on board. You name the price.
Happy for them. Happy for PlayStation. It's a good pickup.
Certainly could get.
Especially with, PlayStation already have a strong lineup of studios. Xbox has shown they want to try to start to compete with that by buying all these other studios, and Sony aren't slacking. So that's
agreed.
good. Number 2, it seems Kingdom Come Deliverance and We Happy Few do not appear to have been officially refused classification in Australia.
Because, sorry, to add to this, there was this sort of rumor mill that we had an abundance of refused classification games in a short window of time.
Yeah, and we talked about this last week, so I thought it was...
Did we?
Yeah.
Sweet. I remember doing it.
Yeah, no, we definitely did. Because Kingdom Come Deliverance was apparently RC because of implied sexual violence.
Oh, yeah.
And We Happy Few,
it was booze
something
and
to do
pills.
with booze and pills.
Ah, my bad.
IGN has been in contact with the Australian Classification Board and is awaiting more background on the matter, but the Automated International Age Rating Coalition, the IARC game classification tool, generated RC ratings for Kingdom Come and We Happy Few, but have both been amended and now reflect the same R18 plus ratings that were earlier applied by the classification board itself.
Well, so this is on a good note. We talked about this last week, I think, as well. This automated system, like how you can fudge this automated system. Next thing you know, Hotline Miami 2 is released on the Switch.
Yeah.
A banned game. Because of they automated system. And then the automated system comes in here and goes, and then they have to be forced to check it, and they go, oh no, sorry, it's actually clear, my bad.
Also following up on last week or the week before.
And the week before.
DayZ has been reclassified MA15 plus in Australia, closing the book on a tumultuous few months for the game Down Under. This means DayZ is no longer banned for sale in Australia, and you can buy it retail for PS4 and Xbox One later this year as planned. It was initially refused classification on June 4th, a lot longer ago than I thought, due to illicit or prescribed drug use related to incentives or rewards. So despite the fact cannabis wasn't even in the game as of yet, Bohemia Interactive committed to modifying the game worldwide to pass muster in Australia. The new rating applied for both local distributor 5-star games notes DayZ contains strong impact themes and violence, moderate impact language, no consumer advice for drug use is listed. So they just changed the game for the whole fucking world.
Yeah, there's that. You know what they did? Something they could have done fucking 2 months ago.
I don't want to get into this conversation.
No, just go something else. The thing here that does baffle me though, it went from refused classification to MA.
So that
completely skipping the R rating.
Yeah, I mean you can. So apparently, we can have violence, coarse language,
strong impact violence,
themes and violence, moderate impact language. That's only MA though. That's okay.
Yeah, it's not
God forbid someone smokes a fucking blunt and has a good time. Fucking caving this guy's face in with the crowbar, but if you have a joint afterwards, get your fucking game out of here, mate. We don't want your trash here.
We don't have that here in Australia.
We don't like your kind. You get the fuck out. It's weird, baffling.
Very weird.
Continuing to be weird, Sony's live-action Uncharted film has lost another director, making Dan Trachtenberg the 5th director to leave the video game adaptation. Tom Holland, who is slated to star as Nathan Drake, is still attached to the project. Deadline is reporting that Trachtenberg of 10 Cloverfield Lane has stepped down as director on the Uncharted movie. Sony is quickly trying to find a replacement. The report says a new director should be finalised by the end of this summer, America, and the film will begin early production next year. Just stop. Just
5 directors.
Put a pin in it, put it on the board, go, let's get back to that at some other point.
Yeah.
Because now doing all this basically says this movie's going to be shit. Because it's going to be rushed now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's embarrassing as well. I think they should just... I still kind of want to see it. I want to see what they can do because they've opened that movie division for their video games. Like, I want to see what they can do. But in particular, this movie, I think they should just kind of go, we're just going to wait.
See, like, I can only imagine that a director would leave on 2 grounds. One being creative differences. 2, going, this is a hot mess and none of this is
don't
organised.
want my name on it.
I'm out. Yeah, either I don't want my name on it, or this is taking too long. I have another job that's coming my way. Yeah. I'm out.
We were meant to start 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Still want to see it. Same as you, but just come the fuck on.
Top selling, 18th of August 2019. Number 10, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Number 9, Mortal Kombat 11. Number 8, Days Gone. Number 7, Spider-Man. Number 6, Horizon Zero Dawn. Number 5, GTA 5. Number 4, Madden 20. Number 3, Minecraft. Number 2, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 1, Crash Team Racing.
Interesting.
QUICKBITS. Final Fantasy VIII Remastered will be on sale 3rd of September. 1 week after Classic WoW. What the fuck am I going to do? What am I going to do? And PUBG will be adding Xbox and PS4 crossplay later this year. So that's just another one to kind of tick off.
Yeah.
Apparently I didn't put this in, but there is a supposed leaked image of a PS5 dev kit circulating.
Yeah, I have seen that too.
A game developer from somewhere, I forgot what, confirmed on Twitter. He said, yeah, this is a dev kit.
Well, we've seen enough dev kits in our time to be like, because you can tell it's thicker than it needs to be.
Yeah. It's got a bunch of
It's got a bunch of USBs in it. Yeah, that weird V on the top for odd ventilation because I imagine there's probably a lot of hardware in there.
Yeah.
We've seen some other ones as well. We shared the photos on the socials a yonk back. There was controllers with screens in them. I don't think that's going to be a thing, but
could you imagine the battery life in those things?
They already suck.
Even with the light bar, they last like 2 hours.
A couple bits of news that I just wanted to throw in there as well before we jump into the main topic.
Yeah.
We did receive an email this week from Bethesda Australia talking about Wolfenstein Youngblood and their latest patch of 1.0.5. Now, the reason I bring this up is because it actually addresses a lot of the complaints that I had about my review of the game X amount of weeks ago. So they've mentioned that they will be adjusting the difficulty of all boss fights, which is awesome because that last boss fight is fucking broken. Taking a variety of actions designed to reduce the feeling of enemy bullet sponginess, because no matter who you are, every fucking enemy just takes 1,000 bullets for no reason. Granting ammo for basic weapons after playing Respawn. That's right. If you die and you need to respawn, you don't accumulate the ammo that you lost. You just get left with whatever's left. So if you die and you have 3 rounds left, surprise, motherfucker, you have 3 rounds. You have to try beat the thing you couldn't with the ammo that you don't have. That seems basic shit. Well, I don't know. I'm glad it's back.
There's a few games that do that. Like you're fighting something and you use all these consumables and all your cooldowns or whatever, and then you die and you have to do it again without all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I couldn't do it before. How the fuck am I supposed to do it now without all this stuff? Yeah.
Adding some more special weapon ammo, adding duplicate tutorial laptops to make 100% completion more attainable. So there are little tutorial laptops, and you need to get all of them to be able to get 100%. Fixing an issue that could cause an area to respawn enemies prematurely. Yeah, that happens. You wipe out an area and you go, and then people just pop up out of nowhere and they just keep going. And you can. It's one of those. Like the old Call of Duty, like World at War, like unless you progress, people just keep spawning. You got to hit that invisible
checkpoint.
Yeah, and that's what happened here. But you are just in a courtyard.
It sounds like WoW. You know, you fight monsters, you go real deep into this cave, do your things like, right, time to get out. Oh no, everything's
back
behind you.
And then increasing the speed of switch rates between certain weapons to make it easier to adapt to enemy types. Because that was the one thing it did do, because different, as we talked about in the review, each one of certain enemies have different armor and you have to use different weapons depending on the armor. And it was a bit like, because they're big heavy weapons, and it's kind of, it added to it, but it did also a bit of a problem. Has it got a date on this? Next week.
So they fixed the game.
They actually made the game what it should have been. So for that reason, I will be, only because I want those credits, and I'm literally at the last boss. Once this patch goes live, I will download it. I will boot it back up. I will finish the game. I will get those credits, and I will come through. Big thing. Glad they fixed that, because like every issue that I addressed, well, actually not, because unless they really rewrite the 2 characters, it would fix every issue. But in terms of its gameplay, I guarantee it's still going to be trash, but they fixed some of the issues that allow me to complete the game.
That's good.
Problem.
Right.
And finally, before we jump into that as well, something that also did come my way, and I thought it'd just be a fun bit of topic of conversation. That's
exactly what I was segueing into.
Oh, I'll let you segue.
No, it's okay. You already started.
Yeah, so an email...
Fuck me, I guess.
Yeah. So an email came my way from PlayStation as well, and it was called the PlayStation Father's Day Guide. Now, you and I are both fathers.
Yep.
You're a father of 2.
Yep.
A father of 1.
Yep.
So looking at the guide, it's got all the standards in there, like your PS4 Pro. We both have PlayStations, obviously. It's VR. We both have VR. Cool. And then there's like PS Plus and games and controllers and all these sort of things. And the list itself is pretty sick if you don't have those things. But like we, as PlayStation fathers, what PlayStation thing would you want to get for Father's Day?
PS Plus. I'm fucking sick of paying for it. No, No, but you know,
Yeah, mine just renewed on me.
It's the worst when it just renews.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Do you play yearly or
ready
monthly?
for that? I pay monthly.
Ooh, I play yearly.
Yeah, I bet if someone bought me a year,
Yeah.
it'd be the best. That'd be the best thing. Or even if the year's on special, which I think it is for Father's Day, get me 2. I don't need another controller.
Get me code for this year and next year's
I don't
Father's
need
Day.
another
It's fine.
controller. I've got a nice white controller that I really, really like. I don't need any peripherals. I'm set. I've had my PlayStation for 5 years.
Yeah.
I've got the rechargeable stations for the controller. I'm good. That fucking subscription though. That's number one.
See, I love it. This is how we know where we are at as parents or as people. Is because it's like
as age.
Yeah, because
I want this game.
Can I have this game? I want this game. Oh, can I also get this?
I need a new controller,
I need a new
please.
controller. Like saying that I want that purple controller like a mother. Like I'm just going to buy it for myself. It's like this and this, and you're like, can I just have PS Plus? It is the socks of presents, and as you age, you are like, fuck, I need those socks.
Yeah, because like right now, my socks are horrible, full of holes.
Yeah. I didn't have any.
My work socks, the heels are gone from like rubbing in the work boots, and I'm like, I need new socks. But if I can hang out one more week, it's Father's Day, and I won't have to pay for socks. So, like I said, PS Plus, as a parent, as a dad, take the financial strain off me. I got bills to pay. I got to do shopping.
That's it. And you're giving me free games for 12 months.
Yeah, 24 plus free games for 12 months.
James, if you're listening.
Your son?
Yeah.
Your 2-year-old?
Yeah.
Oh.
He watches the show regularly.
Okay.
No, he doesn't. He
He
comments all
definitely
the time.
should not watch this show. Like when Alex jumps into the chat, sometimes I'm like, oh.
I'm like, ooh, Alex, you not? 'Cause I'm pretty sure Ryan just said fuck.
I think I dropped like 7 F-bombs in the last 4 minutes. Anyway, basically, for Father's Day, all your retailers are going to have cheap shit.
I potentially, like the guide doesn't specify anything. I don't think there is a Father's Day sale per se.
No.
But it's more of like,
Here's some ideas.
yeah, exactly.
game
Connect your
dad.
dad, connect your dad to PlayStation this Father's Day. Maybe get a game. Maybe sit down with them. Maybe
Connect
play
your dad
along with them.
to PSN
Yeah.
with the PS Plus gift card.
But look, if your father is similar to us and he has all the PlayStation things you ever need, why don't you recommend him a slightly above average PlayStation podcast?
Oh.
Give him the gift of 2 dudes talking.
Yeah, so recommend him the Explosion Network.
And then when he goes through their catalogue, give them like
when he
Colin's Last Stand.
Yeah. If you want slightly above average, go to the Explosion Network. If you want just average,
Literally run of the mill, right down the center.
We're right here every week,
Yeah.
ready to go.
Ready to sort of deliver PlayStation news.
And
Anyway.
wrestling and music.
Oh, and wrestling and music and things that aren't related to
and
the topic at hand.
fucking, you guys better be ready for non-stop World of Warcraft talks for the next 3 years. We may have to do next week's episode as a podcast only.
Because you'll be stuck to the chair.
Because I will be killing boars in Durotar. And I need to stay ahead of the pack. Here's the thing. Where if everyone butt fucks the launch, right? Everyone's there. You either try to pull ahead of the mass or you're going to have a dreadful time.
Yeah.
So I need to get ahead of the pack, man.
So what we should do in order to fuel this for you, maybe we just make World of Popcraft, and that's a much better name coming, and to let you gush about World of Warcraft every week.
World of Cultcraft.
Sure. We'll think something.
It is a religion.
Yeah. There you go. Just, introducing the third pillar to the PopCulturists, Josh's WoW show.
Because so far, I believe the only person in the community also playing Classic is Jess.
Yes.
Rocker Mummy. I saw her actually online.
Maybe you
She was online last night.
Maybe
So
you
she's
maybe
getting
you
ready.
and, maybe you and Rocker can do a show.
Yeah, maybe.
Jess,
I'm gonna be
if you're not
pulling-
watching, because I know you're not.
My goal is to really, just for the initial launch
Yeah.
week, to just stay ahead of the pack. After that, I don't care because everyone starts spreading out.
Yeah.
But you're all filtered into 3 zones for the first 20 levels, and it's just a clusterfuck. So if I can just get a
Well, because look, if you can
little
get 400 commas on one fishing recommendation, imagine if the two of you had a show that was just all World of Warcraft tips and tricks.
I will be fishing because I'm going to be a hunter, and you got to feed your pet to keep it happy. Otherwise, it runs away. So I'm be fishing to have a supply of fish, just to keep it happy.
I love the thought you put into this.
My boar's going to be called Brisket.
Father's Day.
I watched probably last night with the whiskey about 3 hours of like WoW classic tips and tricks videos to try to get it, things like optimal questing paths for the starting zone to get ahead of everyone, where you can die and spirit res closer to where you're actually running to save 45 seconds. I'm on top of it, man.
Man, if we were smart, we could have made a show out of this.
That's it for the news in World of Warcraft, as we have a chat to the players about Remedy's latest game, Control.
That's right. So big thank you to Reboot PR Communications here in Australia for providing us a copy of this. Control is the latest from Remedy, best probably most recently known for Quantum Break, the Xbox exclusive. In this one, you play the character of Jesse Faden. You are Faden. You enter the FBC. This is almost like a department of the government that works within the supernatural and the paranatural and that sort of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So you're going in there to find your brother. In the past, some weird fucking thing happened in your hometown, in which the hometown's called Ordinary, which makes me giggle because like it's ordinary hometown. I'm like, hey, on the nose. Yeah. So you go there to find your brother because when this paranormal event happened in your hometown, a dimension rift opened and exposed you to this thing called Polaris. Polaris is this little thing that lives within you that tells you things, and it never actually speaks to you. It's kind of this internal. It's like a storytelling thing. It kind of pulls you forward. Like there's always this blue little circle in the distance and kind of keeps pulling you forward. And that Polaris pulls you to this building because it's like you got to find your brother. Your brother's here.
Okay, so your brother went missing during
so your brother was taken by these guys at that time.
Taken by the FBC.
The FBC at that time, right? And so when the paranormal thing went down, he got taken away. And you've been spending time, this X amount of time trying to find him.
Right.
So you get there, you get into this place, whatever. You find out that there is this whole fucking, like, almost a conspiracy. I
keep
guess,
it light on the spoilers.
This is just when you go, then you realize it's not just an investigation. There is this connection to these alternate dimensions and all this sort of stuff, right? And you correspond with this external dimension thing called the board, and that board needs a director. And coincidentally, the previous director shot himself in the face, and you are the prime candidate,
Convenient.
and you become the director. So you get given the service weapon, which is a very cool gun that does all the cool shit in the game, and then you proceed to go through this building to find your brother.
Is the gun like a multi-tool? Those kind of
pretty much.
things?
So the big thing,
like No Man's Sky, you've got this, but it does this, and this.
So
all these cool things.
So the service weapon is almost treated like it's alive. I say that as in, like, you hold it and then you go and you spin it and then it becomes a shotgun. Like, because you can upgrade the gun, so you never actually are swapping weapons. You're using the one weapon with multiple uses.
I like that. That's
very cool.
What is the general gameplay?
So the gameplay, so it's third.
Just to say where I'm at with this.
Yeah.
I've seen nothing other than the launch
initial trailer from like E3 or whatever.
E3 2018.
All right, so it is a third person action adventure game. So there's a lot of over the shoulder stuff. It's
Quantum Break stuff.
It is very Quantum Breaky. It actually almost is pretty because Quantum Break had a lot of those live action sort of things throughout it. Mm-hmm. This does too. Okay. So a lot of the videos and stuff that you watch on a wall will be FMV.
But it's not like a half an hour TV episode.
No, not that. Okay. Thank Christ.
With Littlefinger.
Yeah, so as you progress and as you become the director, you start gaining skills like levitation. What's it? It's not telekinesis. What's it called when you can pick things up and throw it?
Telekinesis.
It is telekinesis. Thank you. And then
back to Bioshock.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. And then the ability to like dash and do all these cool extra things, and you gain more of them as you go. Now that's not spoilers. There is actually a dead set of video on PlayStation's YouTube channel.
Here's all the cool things.
Like, here are the 5 skills you can get.
Okay.
So you can it tells you what it's going to be. So there is this. The reason that one of the big things while you're there is this thing called the hiss. So the hiss is sort of this overarching enemy of everything. So it is the thing that's possessing these people within this building, and that's the creatures that you find. So in almost Resident Evil fashion, everything takes place in this building. So the building is called the Old House. It's like the oldest house, I should say.
Oh, where do you live? The old house in the ordinary town.
Yeah, yeah, like the oldest house. So what it does is it has all the different floors, and within those floors, there is no like uniformed size to this building, because the building itself sits within this mid-dimension sort of setup. It
looks like a two-story house,
yeah,
but
it's almost like the TARDIS, as in it's fucked on the inside, and it's all these different shapes, and it doesn't line up to a general building structure.
That's cool. I like that idea.
Yeah, but I do love the whole Resident Evil. It all takes place in this one building,
and eventually by the end of the game, you know that building.
Yeah, so you know those floors, like where you need to go. It's kind of like, and you can kind of just travel through it. So
obviously, what you like levels or doors you can't access till you've got certain.
Yeah, so there are areas that are done by clearance keys. So as you progress further in the game, you can access whole new wings within that floor, which is a lot of fun. So there's a little bit of not metroidvania level backtracking. It's not like, you know, you're going to go in there and get a gun you couldn't get before, but it's just kind of opens new story parts later on. It forces you to sort of go back to old places.
Yeah, that's fun. That's good.
It's awesome.
Yep. I mean, everyone praised Resident Evil 2 remake for that.
Yeah.
So.
Like this is, in terms of its scope, like you compare it to like the police station in Resident Evil 2, much bigger than that. Obviously, there's at least like 6 floors. Now, I've not finished the game right now. There are 10 big missions. Like they're the big, like there's a lot to do within those missions, but there are 10 big point missions, right? And I am halfway through 9.
Oh, you're almost there.
So I'm almost there. So I was hoping to have it done before we recorded this, but just with timing and like me, you know, working and going to a gig and then recording other shows, I wasn't able to go across that line. Saying that though, I will be joining Dash Culture on Monday, and I'll probably have it finished by then. How
do you find, like, is it presented as a horror title or a thriller, or
not really.
Like a murder mystery kind of thing. You know, what's the tone? Like, are you scared while you're playing it? Or
no,
are you pretty confident that you can, you know, take out the bad guys you have to? You know?
Yeah, so like there's no, like I don't get any sort of fear or anything like that. The enemies seem quite confronting initially because they all have this red glow to them, so it's really quite jarring. And there's, I don't know, like feels like 30 plus different variants of these guys. Okay. It's awesome. Yeah. So there are some. It's
not like you don't get horror vibes or anything, do you?
No, there's no horror vibes. But like what's awesome about it is, if anything, I feel confident now because I've played it up to a point where I've now got all the skills that I need. I can just walk through and be like, because like it's all about the balance, because your gun has not infinite. It has infinite ammo, but it's like.
It's got to recharge.
You've got to recharge, right? So you'll come in, you'll blast your way, you'll knock down everybody else to at least minimal health, let your gun recharge, and then you just start pegging shit at people.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me turn this thing off. Yeah, so you just start pegging like walls, and like surprisingly, the world itself is pretty destructible. Like it's not, you can't like. Well, you can punch it and kind of blow it out, but like if you run out of loose objects around you, it'll just start pulling walls and banisters, and
okay, that's
so
cool.
That part's really awesome.
Yeah. How do you find the story and the voice acting compelling? Serviceable. It
feels very AA.
Yeah.
Because it isn't a AAA game, but it does feel very AA. So some of the acting is not on point. It's not 100%. Because of the Polaris within Jesse as a storytelling thing, it communicates with her but without a voice. So there's a lot of internal monologue, and there's a lot of her processing because she's talking to Polaris, and I think it is used as a way to deliver exposition
without the character,
without the characters
every fucking 30 seconds.
Without like doing the Batman thing, standing on the roof, like Batman's when he stands at the crime scene, just talks himself out like a moron. So it's a good way to get around that, which is kind of cool. This game is just fucking littered with lore in the best way, like. Normally, I can't stand reading shit. I can't stand it. But in this game, every time I find a little folder and it's like, ooh, blah, blah, I'm like, oh, And like I'm reading everything that's coming through. I'm listening to every audio tape because the world that they have built here almost exceeds the game itself. As in, because they talk about these items of power and these different things. So like things in the world that have these supernatural connection to them. Like as you said, like you find when you back in Ordinary, when you do find this alternate dimension where you meet Polaris, it's in a projection. So each time you change the projector, it opens a new dimension portal. And then and previously you find like a rubber duck that has this, supernatural power. Like you touch it and it opens like shit.
Sequel, maybe.
I think it's possible. Like once again, I haven't seen the ending yet.
It sounds like it'd make a cool TV show, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like a Chernobyl thing, like six fucking solid 1 hour episodes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it does have some cool, I guess, thriller is probably not the right word, but so when there are certain key moments where you need to go to access I wouldn't say a different plane. I'll say a different plane, I guess. So there's these booths where you flick this light switch and then you end up in the hotel.
Okay.
And then you've got to solve a puzzle within the hotel, and then you go back to a different location. You learn something you need to do, then you can return to wherever it needs to be. Those parts are very fun. There are surprisingly not a lot of heavy puzzles in there, but there are some. Whether you're in those hotel spaces and you are just trying to find the key to get the door out, you've got to move rooms around, that sort of stuff, or have radios tuned to certain frequencies and stuff like that. It's very fun. But a lot of it's just like, hey, there's a power plug on the wall. Can you find the big power block? It's fun. Yeah.
Cool. Recommend?
Yeah, big time. It's although that I also wanted to finish it for the review here. I have been almost drawn to this game this whole time. Like I've been thinking about it. I've been wanting to sort of go over the line with them. Like I just keep thinking about it. I want to play it. I played this to a point where, because I had no clients yesterday for one of my sessions, right? I worked out how remote play on my laptop works just so I can play control at work.
Nice.
Just because I'm like, well, my client's not here, so what I originally intended on doing this morning is not going to happen. Oh wait, fuck! I can remote, because I didn't bring my PS4 to work. I'm like, I can remote play it, and it worked almost perfectly. Like a minor input delay, but it's cool. There are minor boss fights here and there, it's just a harder enemy, and you do have to readapt how you use your powers to finish it, and that's a lot of fun. Sort of reusing stuff.
Cool.
Trying to think what else I can say about it. What are some good questions? I'll keep talking about it. I love this game.
You've talked about it for like half an hour, man.
Have we really?
Just about.
Holy shit, yeah.
It's pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
You've covered everything.
Yeah. They said, yeah. But in short, yeah, the game is surprisingly good. Only because I honestly I was aware of it. I didn't play Quantum Break. Well, I'll lie. I played it for a little bit, and the game wigged out at some point. And all the lights just flashed immensely. I'm like, this game's broken, and then I never went back to it.
Fair.
So I saw the trailer, and none of it really brought me in. I was like, it just looks like Quantum Break. Didn't really like Quantum Break. Okay. And then we got this email from Reboot saying that, hey, 505 got this new thing. Here it is. Sign this NDA, and you can play it. I was like, oh,
okay.
Well, I'm not playing anything right now. Fuck yeah, sure, why not?
You sound like you're glad.
And I'm so glad I did. Is it a God of War level stunning? No.
Yeah,
but I mean that is I think this game will probably get a lot of 7s, maybe some 8s, and I think that kind of fits. Like there are some parts of it that are, but it's 100% an unexpected, enjoyable experience for me. Like when I went to God of War, I knew God of War was going to be dope. So and then if this is the baseline, so I'm holding shoulder height, right? So this is the base height for from the table to here. This is what a game should be, right? We'll say it's there. That's the game.
Yeah.
God of War, as you play it, you feel that it's up here.
Yeah.
This is probably just a little bit above it. Like you don't because it isn't a AAA game. It doesn't have that grandioseness, but it still feels like a solid game. Like it feels like it's in that in that AA bracket, it is a cut above the others, and I love it. And actually, the second we finish here, I'm gonna play it small.
Cool.
Get them credits.
Cool.
But let us know are you gonna be checking out Control when it drops this Friday? Friday?
I don't know.
We'll get to that at the end of the show when we go through the drop. I believe it is coming out this Friday or Tuesday. No, it's either Tuesday or Friday. It's coming out this week. Yeah, I highly recommend it. But if you have any questions or anything about it, drop in the comments below, or when Facebook, that sort of stuff, and I'll happily answer any question that you have, because this episode is going up noticeably later in order to meet that embargo time. But Josh, Control is coming out this week. Yeah. But it isn't the only game that's coming out this week. No. So let's take a look at
it's not.
the section that we call Coming to the Players. We tell you about what games are coming out this week. I'll have a drink.
Holy shit. This is a big week. Biggest we've had for a while. This week of 27th of August, you will get Agent A, A Puzzle in Disguise, PS4 Digital. The Bard's Tale 4 Director's Cut, PS4 Digital and Retail. Control, PS4 Digital and Retail, as Ryan just talked about.
Read the description out for me so we can make sure I've even nailed it right.
After a secretive agency in New York is invaded by an otherworldly threat, you become the new director, struggling to regain control. From developer Remedy Entertainment, this supernatural third-person action-adventure will challenge you to master the combination of supernatural abilities, modifiable loadouts, and reactive environments while fighting through a deep and unpredictable world.
Did I nail it?
Yes.
Cool. Good. Oh, and there are some mild RPG elements where you can modify your body and your gun and stuff like that.
Hot. Yeah, Crystal, PS4 Digital and Retail. The Dark Pictures, Man of Medan, PS4 Digital and Retail, out on August 30.
You read that one out.
So. The Dark Pictures Anthology is a series of standalone cinematic horror games. Each game features a brand new story, setting and characters with a fully branching narrative. In Man of Medan, 5 friends set sail on a holiday diving trip. As the day unfolds and the storm rolls in, their trip soon changes into something much more sinister. Who will live? Who will die? It's all down to you. From the developers of Until Dawn.
Keen.
Cool. Until Dawn was amazing, so I'm really excited to see what else they can do. Decay of Logos. I thought it said Legos for a sec. Ooh. PS4 Digital. Headspun, PS4 Digital. I'm just going to fucking power through the rest because it's just bullshit. Hero Express, PS4 Digital. HookBots, PS4 Digital. Human Anatomy VR,
Sexy.
PSVR Digital.
Going straight for the pain.
Peen and Vagine. Invisigun Reloaded, PS4 Digital. Knights and Bikes, PS4 Digital. Legend of the Skyfish, PS4, PS Vita, Digital Cross-Buy. I'll be doing a lot of fishing. Wow. The Lord of the Rings Adventure Card Game.
What?
PS4 Digital. What? Okay, Hank Hill. Bobby. MXGP 2019, the official motocross video game. PS4 Digital and Retail. Didn't Monster do the motocross game?
I thought they did.
Was it Monster?
Yeah, Monster Energy Drinks. Yeah.
Newt 1, PS4 Digital. Pacific Wings, PS4 Digital.
Is that old ass Atari game?
It certainly looks like it, but it's not mentioned in the one sentence write-up. Strength of the Sword Ultimate, PS4 Digital. Tokyo Chronos, PSVR Digital. Vambrace Cold Soul International, PS4 Digital. Waltz of the Wizard Extended Edition, PSVR Digital. Whipsy and the Lost Atlas. That is like Kirby on ice, that character. Wreckfest, PS4 Digital and Retail. Drive hard, die last. That's their tagline.
There's a bunch of shit. Control is the answer.
Control and Man of Medan.
Yeah. But yeah, so before we end the show, do keep an eye out though. As we said, there is a unconventional Let's Play. We haven't done Let's Plays in forever. We just normally stream everything. But once again, due to embargo reasons, we're unable to stream this at the time that we want to. So we are recording it. So keep an eye on the YouTube, subscribe, that sort of stuff, and see what happens. Until then, that PlayStation conversation happened on a Monday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Standard Time on YouTube and 8 a.m. on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcasters. Yeah, but by this point in the show, they already know that. If you'd like to join in future conversations, please join us on Facebook, Discord, comment below. If you're feeling generous, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/PopCulturists. Head over there, check out the tiers. There might be something there that interests you. If you support us on Patreon, you can watch us record this show live. So jumping on at any dollar value gets a nice little sneaky link where you can come and watch us. Except for this one, where you can watch us record the show, join the conversation. Same can also be done for our wrestling show, The Young and the Wrestlers, which Renee Young tried to fucking peel for. I did see that. So Renee Young,
back off,
commentator,
Renee.
WWE. She's like, oh, because the WWE are like, oh, we're announcing a podcast network. She's like, finally, I can pitch my idea of the Young and the Restless. I'm like, fucking hold it.
Do you have that trademarked?
I can't. It's very expensive.
Not expensive for WWE.
Yeah, they can buy it out from under me. I don't have a case though.
They could scoop you in, scoop you out.
Yeah, I'll suck some dicks.
Scoop you out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we've done like 45 episodes. We have some grounds to.
I'm sure.
We don't have it all. Those buys out in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But if you want to support us in a more one-stop fashion, head over to popculturists.com/shopping buy shirts like this and other assorted shit with our logos on it. We are also on Twitch, twitch.tv/thepopculturists. No idea what I'm going to stream this week. Originally was going to thought it'd be this other game. Turns out we can't stream that game, so I don't know.
Erica. I already did
that one. But until next week, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
And that was For the Players.
You think it's scary having Epic Games, Take-Two sending FBI investigators to a leaker's house? Imagine what Vince would send to your house.
Oh my God, to shut
to get
you down.
your podcast name and shut you down.
What if it's the other way? What if he listens to it and he's like, oh, that's such good shit.
That Ryan, he's got good shit.
Oh, fingers crossed.
Can you be a part of that podcast network?
I don't know.
Do they pick podcasts they like?
I think it's supposed to be based internally, as in all the superstars and stuff would do it.
Well, that's completely unbiased.
I think they're using it as an additional way to tell the kayfabe story.
Oh.
I assume.
Okay.
Probably should stop talking now. For the Players, the PopCulturists PlayStation podcast is fan-supported at patreon.com/thepopculturists. And we'd like to thank our Patreon producers and our Patreon founders for their kindness, their support, and their generosity. Our Patreon founders: Alpha Ferret, Craig O'Flaherty, David Chataway, Jesse Stevenson, and Jacob Garner. And our Patreon producers: AJ Abatomi, Damien Holdies, Carl Dunn, Lee Wintershoven, Nathan Massetti, Paul James, Pure Mongrel, and Sean Levitt.